Winning is often seen as a distant prize reserved for the talented, the lucky, or the privileged. But the truth is that winning is a skill, a mindset, and a lifestyle that anyone can cultivate. It begins not in the world outside, but in the mind within. It is the way you perceive challenges, the way you respond to setbacks, and the way you persist when others give up. Life does not come with guarantees, and the path to success is rarely straight. It is filled with obstacles, unexpected turns, and moments that test your courage and resilience. Winning is not about avoiding these challenges, but embracing them, learning from them, and transforming them into opportunities. Consider the inventor who fails hundreds of times before creating a device that changes the world. Each failure was a lesson, each setback a step closer to success. This book is not about shortcuts or magical formulas. It is about principles that are grounded in reality, strategies that are practical, and examples that inspire action. Each chapter is designed to help you understand yourself, sharpen your mindset, and take deliberate action toward your goals. You will read about ordinary people achieving extraordinary results because they refused to quit, because they mastered their thoughts, and because they acted with purpose and consistency. Journey you are about to embark on will challenge you to rethink what you believe about winning. You will learn that it is not about luck or talent alone, but about mindset, discipline, resilience, and the courage to take risks. You will see that failures are not enemies, but teachers that shape your growth. You will discover that winning is not a destination, but a continuous process of improvement, self-mastery, and meaningful impact. As you read these pages, imagine yourself stepping into a version of your life where you pursue excellence in everything you do. Imagine the satisfaction of reaching goals you once thought impossible, and the confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever challenges arise. This book is your guide, your companion, and your motivation to take control of your life and win not just once, but repeatedly in every arena that matters to you. Winning is a habit, a way of thinking, a way of living, and it begins the moment you decide that you will no longer be a passive observer in your life, but an active creator. You are about to learn how to cultivate that mindset and turn ambition into achievement, reality into results, and potential into mastery. The journey begins now, and every step you take from here forward has the power to transform your life forever. Chapter 1. Understanding winning begins in the mind before it manifests in the world around you. It is not about trophies, accolades, or applause, but about clarity of purpose, focus of effort, and belief in your own capacity to overcome obstacles. Many people confuse winning with being better than someone else, but true winning is measured by growth, progress, and fulfillment, rather than comparison. Imagine a young athlete who dreams of competing on the world stage. Every day he rises before sunrise, trains with dedication, and visualizes every moment of the competition in his mind. He does not know if he will win a medal, but he knows that every drop of sweat, every disciplined choice, and every sacrifice shapes him into the best version of himself. Winning is the journey as much as it is the outcome. Understanding winning also requires facing reality honestly. Some people chase the illusion of effortless success, believing that talent alone is enough. Reality teaches that effort, consistency, and resilience are far more important than raw ability. The entrepreneur who builds a successful business often experiences countless setbacks, failed deals, and moments of doubt. Yet each challenge becomes a lesson in strategy, adaptation, and perseverance. Each obstacle is a stepping stone toward mastery. Winning is about aligning your actions with your values and purpose. Consider a teacher who dedicates long hours, not for recognition or salary, but for the impact she creates in her students' lives. Every lesson planned, every extra effort to guide a struggling student is a victory that may not appear on a certificate, but is profound in its effect. Winning is measured by the positive transformation you create rather than external validation. It is also essential to understand that failure is not the opposite of winning, but an integral part of it. Every great inventor, Every successful artist, every influential leader has faced moments where failure felt overwhelming. They learned to see setbacks as feedback opportunities to refine skills and strategies. The scientist who spends months in a lab experimenting and failing learns more with each attempt, and by avoiding failure entirely, winning requires courage to take risks, embrace uncertainty, and persist when results are delayed. Finally, winning is a mindset that combines ambition with realism, courage with preparation, and patience with persistence. Those who truly win cultivate self-discipline, manage their emotions, and commit to constant improvement. They celebrate small victories along the way and see challenges not as threats, but as invitations to grow. Understanding winning is the first step in mastering it. It is about seeing life as a series of opportunities to learn, apply effort, and evolve. It is about knowing that your potential is not fixed and that every action you take either moves you closer to your goals or teaches you how to adjust your approach. Winning is not about perfection. It is about progress, not about luck. It is about preparation, not about avoiding mistakes, but learning from them. It is a choice, a habit, and a lifestyle that begins the moment you decide to take responsibility for your growth and your results. Chapter 2. Mastering your mindset. Your mind is the foundation of everything you achieve. Winning begins in thought long before it appears in action. The way you perceive challenges, interpret failures, and respond to opportunities shapes the trajectory of your life. Those who succeed cultivate a mindset that embraces growth, resilience, and clarity, rather than fear, limitation, or doubt. Imagine a student struggling with mathematics. Every problem seems impossible, and every test feels like a judgment. Instead of resigning herself to thinking she is not capable, she decides to approach the subject differently. She studies daily, seeks guidance from teachers, practices relentlessly, and celebrates small improvements. Each step reinforces the belief that she can learn and improve. Her mindset transforms obstacles into stepping stones, and gradually what seemed impossible becomes achievable. Winning mindset requires balancing optimism with realism. It is not enough to dream vividly if you do not plan meticulously. Those who master this balance visualize success and then break it down into actionable steps. They anticipate difficulties and prepare solutions rather than waiting for luck to intervene. Consider a professional chess player who studies opponents' strategies, practices tirelessly, and analyzes each lost game not as a failure, but as critical data that informs the next match. Every calculated move is the product of a disciplined mind, trained to see opportunities and risks clearly. Emotional intelligence is another pillar of winning mindset. Managing emotions, controlling impulses, and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively allows you to navigate life with precision. A manager facing a crisis must remain composed, analyze the situation, and guide the team toward solutions instead of giving in to panic or blame. Emotional mastery transforms stress into focus, pressure into performance, and conflict into growth. Your mindset also shapes how you interpret setbacks. Winners see failure as a lesson, not a verdict. They approach difficulties with curiosity and determination rather than fear and resignation. Entrepreneur who faces repeated rejection learns to refine his pitch strategy and product offering. He adapts based on feedback and views every rejection as a step closer to success. Each obstacle teaches resilience, patience, and strategic thinking. A growth mindset is not just about learning new skills. It is about constantly evolving your perspective and approach. Life changes constantly, and those who succeed embrace flexibility. They shift strategies when needed, innovate when necessary, and remain committed to improvement, even when results are slow to appear. The artist who experiments with new techniques discovers breakthroughs that would have been impossible without courage to step beyond comfort zones. Mastering your mindset also involves self-belief and accountability. Winners take ownership of their actions and results. They do not blame circumstances, luck, or other people for setbacks. Instead, they focus on what they can control and relentlessly work to improve it. Confidence grows from competence and preparation, and when paired with humility, it creates a mindset that is unstoppable. Ultimately, mastering your mindset means cultivating thoughts that empower rather than limit. You train yourself to see possibility where others see obstacles, to act decisively where others hesitate, and to persevere when others quit. Your mind becomes your ally, your compass, and your engine driving every victory you pursue. Winning begins in the mind because thought shapes action, action shapes results, and results shape your life. Those who master their mindset learn to navigate the world with clarity, purpose, and resilience. They understand that progress is a journey fueled by disciplined thought, consistent action, and unwavering belief. Chapter 3. Setting goals that matter. Goals are the compass that guide every action in life. They transform vague desires into clear direction and turn effort into meaningful progress. Without goals, energy is scattered and intentions remain unrealized. Winning requires not just activity but deliberate and focused effort toward what truly matters. Imagine a musician who dreams of touching lives through melody. Instead of chasing fame or shortcuts, she sets a goal to create songs that resonate with audiences, inspire emotions, and tell stories that linger long after the music ends. Every practice session, every lyric written, every chord learned becomes a step toward that purpose. The goal shapes daily actions and gives meaning to the struggles and sacrifices along the way. Effective goals are specific, measurable, challenging, yet achievable. They provide motivation and a benchmark to gauge progress. A marathon runner does not simply aim to finish the race, but sets incremental targets in training, distance, pace, and stamina. Each training session builds on the last, and every small victory reinforces belief in the ultimate outcome. Goals act as markers along the journey that keep you moving forward, even when progress seems slow. Reality teaches that flexibility is a vital part of goal setting. Circumstances change, obstacles arise, and rigid adherence to plans without adaptation can lead to frustration. Winners understand that goals are living guides, not rigid rules. They adjust timelines, strategies, and approaches while maintaining alignment with the ultimate purpose. Consider an entrepreneur whose initial business plan fails due to market shifts. Instead of giving up, she pivots strategies, tests new approaches, and leverages lessons from failure to refine her vision. Each adaptation brings her closer to success. Long-term goals require short-term focus. It is easy to be distracted by the immediate rewards or deterred by the slow pace of progress. Those who achieve mastery break their larger vision into daily habits and actions. The writer who dreams of publishing a novel commits to writing a set number of words every day. She may face days of doubt or writer's block, but consistent daily action compounds into completed drafts and eventually a published book. Goals also connect to values and purpose. Winning without meaning feels hollow. Goals anchored in values provide motivation that is deeper than external rewards. They align ambition with integrity and create fulfillment that endures. The teacher who strives to improve literacy in her students measures success not by awards, but by the growth and confidence she cultivates in young minds. Each lesson planned and each extra hour spent tutoring is a step toward a goal that enriches her community and fulfills her purpose. Accountability strengthens goals, setting measurable milestones. Tracking progress and reflecting on achievements allows for course correction and builds momentum. Winners celebrate small victories and learn from setbacks. They understand that achieving a goal is a dynamic process requiring persistence, experimentation, and resilience. Ultimately, goals are the bridge between dreams and reality. They transform vision into action and intention into results. They guide your choices, shape your habits, and measure your growth. Every person who achieves extraordinary results does so because they set meaningful goals act on them consistently, and adapt when necessary, setting goals. That matter is about choosing the life you want to live, deciding what success looks like for you, and committing to the actions required to reach it. It is about creating clarity, purpose, and direction, so that every step you take moves you closer to the victories you seek. Chapter 4. The power of action. Dreams without action remain fantasies. Ideas without implementation are worthless, and potential without effort is wasted. Winning is not about thinking, wishing, or planning alone. It is about doing consistently with purpose and determination. Those who achieve extraordinary results understand that action is the bridge between vision and reality. Imagine a painter who wakes up every morning and commits hours to sketching, experimenting, and refining techniques. Each brushstroke, each attempt may feel imperfect, yet the cumulative effect of persistent effort transforms skill and creates work that resonates with others. Success does not arrive in a single moment, but through repeated action and deliberate practice. Action also requires courage. It is easy to stay within comfort zones, avoid risks, and maintain safety. Yet winning often demands stepping into discomfort, embracing uncertainty, and confronting fears. The inventor who works tirelessly on a revolutionary technology faces skepticism, financial constraints, and repeated failures. Instead of retreating, he experiments with patience and resilience. Every prototype brings him closer to innovation and eventual success. Discipline is the companion of action. Those who act sporadically or impulsively rarely achieve mastery. Consistent effort compounds into results. Incremental improvement becomes exponential skill, and momentum builds steadily over time. The student who studies daily masters complex subjects, while the one who crams at the last moment struggles. Despite talent and intelligence, action must also be intelligent and guided by strategy. Blind effort without direction can lead to burnout and frustration. Those who win combine initiative with planning, analysis, and adaptability. They take steps that are deliberate, measured, and aligned with long-term objectives. Consider a business owner launching a new product. She researches the market, tests prototypes, gathers feedback, and iterates consistently. Each action is intentional and contributes to progress. Reality teaches that action without perseverance is incomplete. Results may be delayed, obstacles may arise, and setbacks are inevitable. Winners respond to adversity not with despair, but with renewed effort. They learn from mistakes, adjust strategies, and continue moving forward. Every challenge becomes a lesson, and every effort a building block toward eventual victory. Momentum is another force that grows through action. Once you begin to act consistently, the energy and motivation created by small wins propel you forward. Each completed task, each resolved challenge, reinforces confidence and capability. Action becomes habitual, and excellence becomes a natural outcome. Finally, taking action requires ownership. Winners do not wait for circumstances, people, or luck to create opportunities. They identify what can be done, take responsibility for outcomes, and commit fully to follow through. They understand that results are the product of effort, and that no one else can act for them. The power of action lies not only in its ability to produce tangible results, but also in its capacity to transform mindset, self-belief, and resilience. Every step you take reinforces confidence. Every completed task builds competence, and every consistent effort creates momentum. Winning is achieved by those who act decisively, persistently, and intelligently. Those who understand that ideas are seeds. Action is water, and effort is sunlight. Cultivate growth that ultimately produces success. Chapter 5. Building resilience. Resilience is the invisible muscle that carries you through challenges, setbacks, and failures. It is the capacity to recover, adapt, and grow stronger when life tests your limits. Without resilience, even talent, preparation, and effort can be insufficient. Those who win consistently understand that setbacks are inevitable and that growth comes from enduring difficulties and learning. From them, imagine a young athlete preparing for a championship. He faces injuries, disappointing performances, and moments of self-doubt, yet he does not give up. Instead, he works with trainers, rehabilitates, carefully studies his techniques, and adjusts his strategy. Each obstacle becomes a lesson, and every challenge a stepping stone toward improvement. His ability to bounce back stronger after each setback is the essence of resilience. Resilience begins with mindset. It is the belief that no failure is final, that no rejection is permanent, and that effort invested wisely will eventually bear fruit. Those who cultivate this mindset see challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to develop skills, patience, and perseverance. The entrepreneur, whose first venture collapses, studies the mistakes, learns from advisors, and launches a second project with greater insight and readiness. Every failure equips him with knowledge and perspective that money and talent alone cannot provide. Daily habits strengthen resilience. Consistent routines, disciplined work, and small daily victories create a foundation that allows you to endure larger challenges. The student who commits to regular study, regardless of distractions, develops stamina and focus. The artist who paints a little each day builds patience and persistence. Over time, these small practices accumulate and prepare the mind and body to withstand greater pressures. Emotional regulation is another core aspect of resilience. Those who bounce back quickly learn to manage fear, frustration, and disappointment. They do not let temporary emotions dictate permanent decisions. Instead, they pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. The manager facing a sudden crisis remains calm, evaluates options, and motivates the team rather than reacting impulsively or blaming others. Resilient individuals transform stress into focus and pressure into performance. Perspective also builds resilience. Understanding that setbacks are part of the process and that every struggle carries a lesson helps maintain motivation in difficult times. The scientist whose experiments repeatedly fail does not see loss but data. She analyzes the results, adjusts variables, and continues experimenting with optimism and curiosity. Each failure refines understanding and moves her closer to discovery. Connection and support strengthen resilience as well. No one succeeds entirely alone. Mentors, peers, and loved ones provide encouragement, guidance, and accountability. The writer facing rejection finds motivation in a supportive community who believes in her work. Each conversation and piece of advice reinforces confidence and provides new strategies for overcoming obstacles. Finally, resilience is fueled by purpose. A clear vision of why you are pursuing a goal makes hardships bearable and motivates persistence. Even when progress is slow or results seem distant, a strong sense of purpose keeps effort alive. The teacher committed to improving literacy in her students continues tirelessly because the impact she creates is greater than temporary frustration or exhaustion. Building resilience is not about avoiding adversity, but about thriving through it. It is the ability to transform obstacles into lessons, difficulties into growth, and failures into opportunities. Those who master resilience cultivate strength that supports consistent action, unwavering focus, and ultimately repeated victories in all areas of life. Chapter 6. Cultivating discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. It is the practice of showing up consistently, doing what must be done, even when motivation falters, and resisting short-term temptations in pursuit of long-term gain. Without discipline, talent, effort, and ambition can be wasted. Winning requires the ability to manage impulses, stay focused, and persist through challenges. Imagine a writer who dreams of publishing a novel. She wakes early every morning and writes for a set period, regardless of inspiration or mood. Some days the words flow easily, other days progress feels painfully slow, yet her discipline ensures that every day contributes to the larger goal. Each completed page brings her closer to completion and strengthens a habit of persistent action. Discipline begins with clarity about what matters and why. Those who cultivate It identifies priorities and aligns their daily routines with long-term objectives. The athlete training for an international competition structures. Every day around nutrition practice, rest, and recovery. Each choice reflects commitment to a bigger vision and reinforces self-control over immediate gratification. Consistency compounds over time. Discipline is not about perfection, but about showing up repeatedly. Every small action, done daily, accumulates into remarkable results. The entrepreneur, who dedicates time every day to learning marketing strategies, networking, and refining business processes, builds a foundation that eventually produces exponential growth. The student who reviews a little each day masters complex subjects far more effectively than the one who crams sporadically. Self-awareness enhances discipline. Understanding personal weaknesses and triggers allows you to design habits and environments that support focus and consistency. If distractions interfere with progress, the disciplined individual modifies surroundings, blocks interruptions, and develops routines that reduce reliance on willpower alone. Over time, these structures become second nature and make sustained effort easier. Accountability strengthens discipline. Those who succeed consistently create systems to track progress, measure results, and reflect on performance. Whether through mentors, colleagues, or personal journals, feedback ensures that effort is aligned with objectives and provides motivation to persist even when challenges arise. The musician who records practice sessions notices improvements and areas needing adjustment. Reinforcing commitment and growth. Discipline also requires delayed gratification, the ability to prioritize long-term rewards over immediate pleasure. Distinguishes those who achieve mastery from those who falter. The student who studies diligently for years builds expertise, while peers who seek instant entertainment fall behind. The entrepreneur who reinvests profits instead of spending impulsively grows sustainable success, while others stagnate. Finally, discipline is cultivated through self-compassion and resilience. It is the ability to resume action after lapses without judgment or discouragement. Even the most disciplined individuals face setbacks, missed goals, and distractions. What matters is returning to the path with renewed focus and commitment. Each return strengthens resolve and reinforces the habit of perseverance. Cultivating discipline is not about rigid control, but about conscious consistency. It is the practice of aligning daily choices with long-term goals, of transforming effort into results, and of building habits that support excellence in every area of life. Those who master discipline develop an inner strength that fuels progress, empowers resilience, and makes repeated winning possible. Chapter 7. The art of focus. Focus is the lens through which all effort becomes effective. It is the ability to direct attention deliberately toward what matters most while filtering out distractions and noise. Without focus, energy is scattered, productivity falters, and progress slows. Winning requires the skill to concentrate deeply on the tasks that produce the greatest results. Imagine a scientist working on a groundbreaking experiment. She blocks out external interruptions, turns off notifications, and dedicates hours to precise observation and meticulous testing. Each moment of concentrated effort produces data and insight that would be impossible if attention were divided. Focus magnifies effort and transforms ordinary work into extraordinary outcomes. Focus begins with clarity. It requires knowing what is important and why, and refusing to let trivial distractions consume time and energy. Those who master focus identify priorities and structure their environment to support sustained attention. The entrepreneur developing a new product sets aside dedicated time for research, design, and testing, free from emails, meetings, and social media. Each uninterrupted session moves the project forward faster and more efficiently than scattered bursts of effort. Deep work is a product of focus. Consistent periods of uninterrupted concentration allow the mind to solve complex problems, learn rapidly, and produce creative solutions. The artist who paints in long focus sessions develops subtle techniques and innovative styles that casual practice cannot achieve. The programmer who codes for hours without distraction writes solutions and algorithms of far greater quality than someone constantly interrupted. Focus also requires discipline and self-awareness. Recognizing tendencies to procrastinate or succumb to distractions allows the individual to implement strategies to maintain attention, scheduling tasks according to peak energy times, minimizing multitasking, and taking deliberate breaks all reinforce sustained concentration. The student who studies during periods of highest alertness absorbs information more effectively and retains it longer. Attention is energy, and where energy flows results. Those who win consistently protect their focus as if it were precious. They avoid gossip, meaningless arguments, and unproductive comparisons. They surround themselves with environments and people that support concentration and purpose. Each decision reinforces commitment to priorities and strengthens momentum toward goals. Focus is strengthened through purpose and motivation. When the reason behind effort is compelling, maintaining attention becomes easier. The athlete training for a championship visualizes the goal and channels energy toward every practice drill and strategy session. Every repetition matters because it contributes directly to the vision of victory. Finally, focus is about presence. It is giving full attention to the moment and the task at hand without being consumed by past mistakes or future anxieties. The writer crafting a chapter immerses completely in the story without thinking about publication or criticism. The musician performing allows each note to flow without distraction. Each moment of complete presence enhances quality, builds mastery, and accelerates achievement. The art of focus is mastering attention, protecting it from fragmentation, and directing it purposefully toward meaningful objectives. Those who cultivate this skill transform effort into results, challenges into learning, and potential into excellence. Winning is amplified when focus becomes habitual and unwavering. Chapter 8. Leveraging habits for success. Habits are the invisible architecture of achievement. They shape actions, automate decisions, and create momentum that compounds over time. Without productive habits, effort is inconsistent and progress stalls. Winning requires the conscious development of routines that reinforce goals, values, and disciplined action. Imagine a successful entrepreneur who wakes every day at the same hour, meditates, plans priorities, exercises, and dedicates time to learning and networking. Each consistent routine builds energy, clarity, and effectiveness. Over months and years, these habits accumulate into results that would be impossible to achieve through sporadic effort alone. Habits begin with small intentional actions. Repeated consistently, they become automatic behaviors that require less mental effort and maintain progress even when motivation falters. The student who studies 30 minutes every evening develops mastery faster than someone who crams sporadically. The athlete who performs daily drills regardless of energy levels builds skill and endurance that last a lifetime. Environmental design strengthens habits, arranging surroundings to reduce friction for productive behaviors and increase friction for unproductive ones makes consistency easier. The writer who keeps notebooks and reference materials within reach and disables social media notifications removes obstacles to writing and encourages focus and flow. Every adjustment creates a smoother path for habit formation. Keystone habits have a multiplier effect. They influence multiple areas of life and reinforce other positive behaviors. The entrepreneur who commits to daily planning not only improves efficiency, but also strengthens decision-making, time management, and stress resilience. Each keystone habit sets off a cascade of improvements that accelerates progress toward winning outcomes. Habits are reinforced through accountability and reflection. Tracking progress, measuring outcomes, and reviewing performance ensures that routines remain aligned with goals and purpose. The musician who logs practice sessions notices patterns of improvement and identifies areas needing adjustment. Each reflection deepens awareness and reinforces The habit loop change is gradual and requires patience. Consistent repetition produces incremental improvement that compounds exponentially over time. The scientist experimenting with new techniques may see little progress initially, but continuous refinement eventually leads to breakthroughs. The key is to remain steady, adjust when necessary, and trust the process. Finally, habits are powerful because they create structure for sustained action. Discipline, focus, and resilience are amplified when embedded in routines that support them. Productive habits reduce the need for constant willpower, automate excellence, and free mental energy for creativity and problem solving. Winning becomes more attainable when the daily practices of effort, learning, and growth are embedded into the rhythm of life. Leveraging habits for success is not about rigid schedules or perfection. It is about building consistent practices that align with goals, strengthen character, and produce results over time. Those who master their habits turn ordinary days into extraordinary progress and ensure that effort compounds into repeated victories across all areas of life. Chapter 9. Embracing failure as feedback. Failure is often feared, avoided, and misunderstood, yet it is one of the most powerful teachers on the path to winning. Those who succeed consistently understand that failure is not a verdict, but information. It is feedback that guides improvement, highlights weaknesses, and points toward better strategies. Imagine an inventor developing a new technology. Each prototype may fail to function as intended. Each experiment may produce unexpected results. Instead of seeing these moments as defeat, he analyzes the outcomes, adjusts variables, and tries again. Each failure becomes a lesson that accelerates learning and refines his approach. Over time, these small adjustments compound into breakthroughs that would not have been possible without the willingness to fail. Embracing failure begins with perspective. Those who see setbacks as permanent defeat become paralyzed and avoid risks. Those who interpret challenges as learning opportunities extract valuable insights from every mistake. The athlete who loses a crucial match reviews every decision, every movement, and every strategy to identify areas of improvement. She does not dwell on disappointment, but uses it to fuel better preparation for the next competition. Failure also teaches resilience, the ability to recover, adapt, and persist after setbacks, strengthens character and builds confidence. Those who are not defeated by mistakes cultivate a mindset that welcomes challenges and treats obstacles as temporary rather than defining. Their repeated attempts reinforce belief in capability and foster determination. Constructive reflection transforms failure into a roadmap for success. It requires honest assessment, acknowledgement of errors, and willingness to adapt. The entrepreneur whose first venture fails examines market conditions, customer feedback, and operational decisions. She uses the insights gained to launch a second venture more informed and better prepared. Each iteration increases the likelihood of lasting success. Failure encourages experimentation and innovation. When fear of mistakes is removed, the mind becomes freer to explore possibilities, test ideas, and take calculated risks. The scientist who pursues untested hypotheses may fail repeatedly, but each experiment increases knowledge and brings her closer to discovery. Creativity and invention are often born from persistence through failure. Accountability enhances learning from failure. Those who take responsibility for their mistakes gain more insight than those who blame external factors. By owning errors, analyzing them objectively, and adjusting behavior, future performance improves rapidly. The writer whose manuscript is rejected studies feedback, revises drafts, and strengthens narrative skills rather than giving up. Finally, embracing failure nurtures humility and gratitude. It reminds us that success is not guaranteed, that effort is essential, and that learning is continuous. Those who win understand that failure is not shameful, but essential. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Embracing failure as feedback transforms every setback into a stepping stone. It converts mistakes into lessons, challenges into growth, and temporary defeat into long-term mastery. Those who adopt this mindset gain insight, resilience, and the courage to pursue success relentlessly. Chapter 10. Networking and influence. No one wins entirely alone. Connections. Relationships and influence are powerful forces that accelerate progress and open doors that would otherwise remain closed. Those who succeed understand the importance of cultivating meaningful relationships and contributing value to the networks. They build. Imagine an entrepreneur entering a competitive industry. She invests time in attending events, meeting peers, mentors, and potential collaborators. Each conversation, each shared idea, and each offer of support builds trust and strengthens her influence. Over time, she gains access to resources, knowledge, and opportunities that amplify her ability to achieve goals. Networking begins with authenticity. It is not about collecting contacts or superficial exchanges, but about genuinely connecting, listening, and providing value to others. The professional who takes time to mentor newcomers, share insights, and support colleagues builds credibility and loyalty. These relationships create a ripple effect where help, advice, and opportunities flow naturally. Influence grows through trust and consistency. Those who are reliable, ethical, and competent earn respect and the ability to guide, persuade, and inspire others. Consider a manager who consistently delivers results, communicates clearly, and supports team members. She earns the trust needed to motivate people toward ambitious goals. Her influence comes from demonstrated character and capability, not manipulation or forced collaboration. Multiplies success. Networking allows ideas, skills, and resources to intersect in ways that produce outcomes beyond individual effort. The scientist collaborating with other experts gains insights, access to equipment, and alternative perspectives that accelerate discovery. The musician working with other artists learns techniques, gains exposure, and creates work that resonates with broader audiences. Reciprocity is key to sustainable influence. Those who focus solely on personal gain often find their network weak and unresponsive. Genuine contribution, helping others succeed, and sharing knowledge or opportunities strengthens relationships and builds long-term loyalty. The entrepreneur who supports fellow founders sees that as they succeed, collective opportunity grows. Networking also teaches adaptability and perspective. Exposure to diverse ideas, cultures, and experiences broadens understanding and informs better decision-making. The writer who engages with other authors, critics, and readers gains feedback that improves craft, expands reach, and deepens connection with the audience. Finally, influence is rooted in integrity and impact. Those who seek to win without contributing value or acting ethically may achieve short-term results, but will struggle to sustain success. Meaningful influence arises when effort benefits not only oneself, but also others, creating a network of trust, respect, and shared purpose. Mastering networking and influence turns individual effort into collective strength. It multiplies opportunities, accelerates learning, and opens pathways to success that would be difficult to navigate alone. Those who cultivate authentic connections, build trust, and contribute generously increase their capacity to win repeatedly and sustainably. Chapter 11. Time mastery. Time is the most precious resource available to anyone. It is finite, non-renewable, and equally distributed to everyone regardless of talent, wealth, or circumstance. Those who win consistently understand that mastering time is not about doing more, but about doing what matters most and eliminating what distracts or drains energy. Imagine a top executive managing a global company. She structures her day to prioritize tasks that produce the highest impact, delegating low-value work, automating repetitive processes, and focusing on strategic decisions allows her to accomplish more than peers who work longer hours without direction. Each choice about how time is spent multiplies results and creates space for innovation and growth. Time mastery begins with clarity and planning. Those who succeed identify priorities, aligned with long-term goals, and organize daily, weekly, and monthly activities around them. The athlete training for a major competition schedules practice, rest, nutrition, and recovery deliberately, ensuring that every hour contributes to performance improvement without waste. Eliminating distractions is critical for effective time use. Multitasking, interruptions, and trivial obligations dilute focus and slow progress. Those who master time protect attention like a valuable asset. The writer who turns off notifications, blocks uninterrupted writing sessions, and avoids shallow tasks produces work of far higher quality and less time. Productivity is amplified by routines and consistency. Establishing daily habits for high-priority activities reduces decision fatigue and builds momentum. The student who reviews material consistently every day, rather than cramming before exams, retains knowledge more effectively and develops mastery steadily over time. Disciplined use of time compounds into expertise results. And opportunity. Time mastery also requires strategic delegation and collaboration. Recognizing that not every task requires personal attention allows one to focus on what truly matters. Leveraging teams, technology, and networks ensures that high-value efforts are prioritized while routine tasks are handled efficiently. The entrepreneur who delegates operational duties can focus on growth, innovation, and leadership. Reflection and evaluation enhance time management. Those who win review how time is spent, identify inefficiencies, and adjust plans regularly, optimizing schedules, eliminating low-value activities, and tracking progress ensures that effort aligns with goals and produces meaningful results. The musician who tracks practice time, performance preparation, and learning sessions gains insight into what drives improvement. Finally, time mastery is about valuing the present moment. Those who understand the scarcity of time act with urgency, focus, and purpose. They do not procrastinate or squander hours on trivial distractions, but invest energy in activities that move them closer to objectives and growth. Mastering time transforms potential into achievement. It converts hours into progress, decisions into results, and effort into exponential impact. Those who wield time intentionally amplify discipline, focus, and productivity, creating the conditions for repeated success and winning consistently in every aspect of life. Chapter 12. Continuous learning and adaptation. Winning is not a destination, but a journey that requires constant evolution. Continuous learning and adaptation are the engines that drive sustained success. Those who achieve extraordinary results understand that knowledge, skills, and strategies must grow as the world changes. Imagine a software engineer in a rapidly evolving industry. New technologies emerge constantly, and yesterday's expertise may become obsolete. She dedicates time to reading, experimenting with new tools, attending workshops, and collaborating with peers. Each day she learns something new, tests it in practice, and refines her approach. The willingness to adapt ensures she remains competitive and capable of creating solutions that others cannot. Learning begins with curiosity. It is the desire to understand, explore, and expand beyond comfort zones. Those who master this skill ask questions, seek feedback, and embrace experiences that challenge assumptions. The athlete who studies techniques from other sports, reviews competition footage, and experiments with different training methods, continuously improves performance through learning. Adaptation requires flexibility. Those who win do not cling rigidly to outdated methods or strategies. They observe, evaluate, and adjust in response to feedback and changing conditions. The entrepreneur whose initial business model falters studies market shifts, customer preferences, and competitor strategies, then pivots confidently using data and insight to guide decisions reflection, transforms experience into learning, taking time to analyze successes, failures, and routine outcomes allows lessons to be extracted and applied. Moving forward becomes more deliberate and effective. The writer who reviews each draft, notes patterns and critique, and applies changes in the next piece, grows skill with every iteration. Each reflection strengthens insight and enhances future performance. Mentorship and collaboration accelerate learning. Engaging with those who have walked the path before, peers who offer different perspectives broadens understanding and exposes blind spots. The scientist collaborating with experts from other disciplines gains insights that inspire innovation and prevent mistakes. Learning from others reduces unnecessary struggle and accelerates progress. Adaptation also involves resilience and courage, the willingness to change course, abandon failing strategies, or embrace new challenges requires confidence and emotional strength. Those who resist change risk stagnation, while those who embrace it transform uncertainty into opportunity. A musician who experiments with new genres or instruments may risk criticism, but gains versatility and relevance. Finally, continuous learning and adaptation are not occasional acts, but lifelong commitments. They are habits embedded into daily routines that sustain growth, mastery, and competitiveness. Those who cultivate this mindset remain agile, creative, and capable of turning challenges into advantage over time. Mastering learning and adaptation converts experience into expertise, obstacles into insight, and change into opportunity. Those who embrace these principles maintain relevance, sharpen skill, and ensure that winning is not a moment, but a continuous process throughout life. Chapter 13. Strategic decision-making. Winning is rarely the result of random choices. It is the product of deliberate, thoughtful, and informed decision-making. Those who succeed consistently understand that every choice shapes outcomes and that strategy transforms effort into results. Imagine a business leader deciding whether to launch a new product. The decision is complex and involves analyzing market trends, production capacity, customer preferences, and financial implications. Instead of reacting impulsively or guessing, she gathers data, consults experts, weighs risks, and considers long-term impact. Each step ensures that her decision maximizes opportunity while minimizing avoidable setbacks. Strategic decision-making begins with clarity of goals and priorities. When objectives are well defined, choices can be aligned with purpose and long-term vision. The athlete deciding how to allocate training time prioritizes exercises that improve performance most efficiently rather than wasting effort on less relevant routines. Every action serves the overarching goal. Creating coherence and focus. Analysis and foresight are essential components of strategy. Those who master this skill examine past experiences, anticipate consequences, and consider alternatives. They evaluate scenarios and prepare contingencies rather than relying on luck or instinct alone. The investor analyzing potential opportunities studies historical trends, assesses risks, and imagines best-case and worst-case outcomes before committing resources. Decision-making also requires courage and responsibility, even with thorough analysis. Uncertainty remains. Those who win accept that. Risk is inherent in action. They make informed choices decisively and take ownership of outcomes, rather than blaming circumstances or others for setbacks. The entrepreneur launching a new venture moves forward with conviction, ready to adjust tactics if needed, rather than remaining paralyzed by fear of failure. Timing is a critical factor in strategic choices. Acting too early or too late can derail results. Those who master timing combine readiness with awareness of external factors. They observe signals, assess readiness, and act decisively when conditions are favorable. The chess player who anticipates opponents' moves executes critical strategies at the precise moment, gaining advantage that comes not from luck, but preparation. Learning from past decisions strengthens future choices. Reflection and adaptation ensure that each decision improves judgment over time. An executive reviewing a failed project identifies where assumptions were flawed, decisions were rushed, or data was misinterpreted. She applies these lessons to future ventures, reducing mistakes and increasing probability of success. Finally, strategic decision-making is about balancing logic, intuition, and values. Choices must consider objective data, human factors, and alignment with personal and organizational ethics. Those who integrate all three make decisions that are effective, sustainable, and meaningful. Mastering strategic decision-making transforms complexity into clarity, uncertainty into opportunity, and effort into impact. Those who develop this skill consistently choose paths that maximize results, reduce wasted effort, and accelerate progress toward winning repeatedly in every area of life. Chapter 14. Leadership and Influence. Leadership is the ability to inspire, guide, and mobilize people toward a shared vision. It is not about authority or position, but about creating trust, fostering collaboration, and empowering others to achieve their best. Those who win consistently understand that leadership amplifies impact and multiplies success. Imagine a team leader tasked with turning around a struggling project. She communicates a clear vision, sets expectations, and demonstrates confidence and commitment to the outcome. She listens to team members, identifies strengths, and aligns tasks with capabilities. Each individual feels valued and motivated, and the team begins to perform at levels that were previously thought impossible. Influence is the companion of leadership. It is earned through credibility, empathy, and consistent action. Those who master influence are able to persuade, inspire, and guide others without coercion or force. The mentor who shares knowledge generously gains respect, loyalty, and the ability to shape decisions in ways that benefit both individuals and the collective. Leadership begins with self-mastery. Those who cannot lead themselves effectively struggle to lead others. Managing emotions, demonstrating discipline, and modeling integrity creates a foundation for inspiring and guiding those around you. The athlete leading a team by example trains harder, supports teammates, and maintains focus under pressure. Establishing norms of excellence and resilience. Communication is a critical tool for effective leadership. Clear, transparent, and empathetic communication aligns understanding, builds trust, and resolves conflict. Those who win know how to convey vision, expectations, and feedback in ways that motivate and engage others. The entrepreneur presenting a strategy articulates not only what needs to be done, but why it matters. Creating alignment and commitment from the TM. Decision-making is central to leadership. Every choice affects people and outcomes. Those who lead effectively combine analytical thinking, intuition, and input from others to make balanced, strategic decisions. They take responsibility for results, adjust when necessary, and remain committed to long-term goals. The project manager who evaluates multiple options, listens to stakeholders, and acts decisively guides the team toward success while maintaining morale and trust. Empowerment multiplies results. Leaders who focus on developing the capabilities of others expand collective potential. They delegate responsibility, encourage innovation, and provide support while allowing autonomy. A manager who encourages creative problem-solving fosters ownership and initiative, creating a culture of continuous improvement and shared success, resilience, and adaptability distinguish great leaders. Those who succeed maintain composure under pressure, adapt strategies to changing circumstances, and model perseverance for others. The teacher navigating a challenging classroom uses setbacks as learning moments, adjusts methods, and inspires students to persist and achieve finally. Leadership and influence are rooted in purpose and service. True leaders act not solely for personal gain, but for the growth, success, and well-being of others. They create environments where talent flourishes. Efforts are amplified, and collective achievement becomes possible. Mastering leadership and influence transforms individual effort into collective success. It converts vision into action, strategy into results, and motivation into sustained performance. Those who cultivate these qualities amplify their ability to win repeatedly, empower others, and create lasting impact in every arena of life. Chapter 15. Vision and long-term thinking. Vision is the ability to see beyond the immediate moment and imagine what could be achieved in the future. It is the mental blueprint that guides decisions, priorities, and actions. Those who win consistently understand that short-term victories are fleeting unless anchored to a clear, meaningful long-term purpose. Imagine a young entrepreneur who dreams of creating a company that transforms education. She does not focus only on immediate profits or quick wins. Instead, she imagines the impact her organization can have on learners worldwide and plans strategies, investments, and growth. With that vision in mind, every choice, from hiring to product development, aligns with the long-term objective, ensuring that actions today contribute meaningfully to the future. Long-term thinking requires patience and discipline. It is the ability to prioritize actions that may not yield immediate rewards, but compound over time. Those who succeed delay gratification, make strategic investments, and persist despite challenges, knowing that lasting results are built steadily rather than instantaneously. The investor who holds a diversified portfolio through market fluctuations benefits from the power of compounding, whereas impulsive decisions often destroy wealth. Clarity of vision informs strategy and decision-making. When objectives are defined with foresight, actions become intentional, focused, and aligned with ultimate goals. The athlete training for an Olympic competition chooses exercises, diet, and recovery schedules that maximize performance months or years in advance, rather than seeking immediate gratification or shortcuts. Flexibility is essential for sustaining long-term success. Vision is not rigid. It evolves as circumstances, markets, and knowledge change. Those who win continuously assess the environment, incorporate new insights, and adjust plans without losing sight of the ultimate objective. The scientist working on climate solutions modifies experimental approaches as new data emerges, while keeping this long-term goal of sustainability in focus. Communication and alignment amplify vision. Long-term objectives are realized more effectively when they are shared, understood, and embraced by teams, stakeholders, or collaborators. The manager who clearly articulates the organization's mission inspires consistent effort, innovation, and commitment toward sustained achievement. Commitment to values ensures that long-term thinking is meaningful. Those who focus solely on outcomes without principles risk short-term gain at the expense of legacy and integrity. Vision guided by ethics creates enduring results that benefit not only oneself but communities, organizations, and society at large. The educator shaping programs for literacy prioritizes integrity and social impact, alongside measurable outcomes. Finally, vision and long-term thinking transform decisions from reactive to proactive. They convert immediate challenges into opportunities, daily actions into progress toward monumental goals, and short-term effort into enduring achievement. Those who master this mindset maintain focus, adaptability, and motivation across decades of effort, mastering vision and long-term thinking allows individuals to win repeatedly and sustainably. It transforms ambition into strategy, goals into legacy, and potential into reality. Those who embrace this principle shape not only their own success, but also influence the trajectory of those around them and create impact that lasts beyond the moment. Conclusion: winning is not a single act, a lucky moment, or a result of talent alone. It is a continuous process shaped by mindset, habits, decisions, relationships, and actions. Those who achieve extraordinary results understand that every choice, effort, and attitude compounds over time into outcomes that define their lives. Throughout this journey, we have explored mastering your mindset, setting meaningful goals, taking consistent action, building resilience, cultivating discipline, maintaining focus, leveraging habits, embracing failure as feedback, networking and influencing effectively, mastering time, committing to continuous learning and adaptation, making strategic decisions, leading with purpose, thinking long-term, and envisioning the future. Each principle is interconnected and reinforces the others. Together, they form a framework that empowers you to win repeatedly, sustainably, and meaningfully. Winning begins within. It is born from thought, belief, and commitment before it manifests in results. Your mindset shapes your actions. Your habits determine your consistency. Your decisions define your path, and your relationships amplify your capacity to achieve. The disciplines and principles shared in this book are tools to guide, strengthen, and sustain your journey toward excellence. Life will inevitably present challenges, failures, and setbacks. Those who succeed are not those who avoid difficulty, but those who embrace it, learn from it, adapt, and persevere. Each obstacle is a teacher, each failure is feedback, and each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. True victory is not measured only by accomplishments, but by growth, impact, and the ability to inspire and empower others. Along the way, you build not only success, but character, resilience, and the capacity to navigate complexity with confidence and clarity. Your journey to win at everything you do requires action now, consistency in the everyday, courage to embrace challenges, clarity to prioritize what matters, and vision to see the bigger picture. Each day presents a choice to step forward, to learn, to improve, and to move closer to the life and results you aspire to. Winning is a lifelong pursuit. It is earned through thought, effort, discipline, and purpose. It is multiplied when shared, reinforced by learning, and sustained by vision. By mastering the principles explored in this book, you equip yourself to face uncertainty with confidence, transform obstacles into opportunity, and achieve results that are meaningful, enduring, and extraordinary. The power to win at everything you do is within you. It begins in the mind, is strengthened by action, guided by strategy, and sustained by discipline and resilience. The journey is yours to take, and the victories you create are limited only by your willingness to commit, learn, adapt, and persist. The end.
Kindly subscribe to my channel.